Hey everyone, welcome to the round 16 NRL Punters preview. I'm trying to make sure all the tech is good to go, and I reckon it is. So Discord is good, Instagram Live is good, YouTube will be good in 1 second. There we go. I think that's the quickest I've ever set it up. So welcome everyone to round 16 NRL Punters preview from Wicky. If you haven't checked out our stuff before, guys, what I try to do is I break down this round of rugby league. Look, the main point of most of you guys being here is probably our try scorer tips. So I get through to that first up. And then at the end, I very quickly will go through our fantasy and SuperCoach, or my fantasy and SuperCoach team real quick. Usually we have, you know what, I'll cut to it. So if you guys are watching me, if you're watching the screen, guys, if you Google Wiki Linktree, that is the link to all of our stuff, all our social media, our left feed right article, our fantasy and SuperCoach stuff, our odds comparison tool, our punters preview, the podcast that I'm doing now, the article where I write down our thoughts. We've also got like a AI sport chatbot that we've released for Origin 1. It's super, super basic. By next week, by Origin 2, we're going to make it just a little bit better. And we're going to be pitching that to clients real soon. So Wiki isn't just me doing price score tips. It's my full-time business. A whole bunch of exciting news coming up later this year with this chatbot, hoping to strike some cool deals and then go from there. Our Discord community, by the way, guys, if you're not in there already, it's a free community. We've got more than 4,500 people in there. Most of the chat is around NRL punting. We've also got fantasy and SuperCoach. We've got a channel for AFL. We've got a channel for cricket, T20 World Cup. The Aussies are into the second stage of the tournament with the Super 8s, with the semis and the final coming up in just a week from now. So I'll cut through. I'll get to the point now. But as always, guys, Google Wiki Linktree. Check out our Discord, our free content. It's all right there. I will go through game by game, guys. But just before I do that, so Discord seems to be fine. Feel free to chuck in comments to our YouTube or on here or whatever. I'm happy to very quickly try to get through those at the end. But the main point of me doing this is obviously to get through price score stuff. Look, if you followed us for a little while, you get the point of what I'm trying to do. But just to be super clear, when I'm making tips, I'm making them to get value, which is essentially getting a really good price compared to what I think it should be. I've done this for more than 10 years. Personally, Wiki, this business has been around for just more than 4 years. I do this full time. We've got a team of 5 people full-time and a couple of other guys as well working with me to put all of this together. We obviously do other stuff, but this is the stuff that you guys all know and love. So I'll rip in, guys. This time last week, 8 p.m., the round started. The Dolphins were playing. Maxi Plath crashes over, first try score at $81 odds, and we're going absolutely nuts. So obviously it was one of our premium tips, but the best part of it was that I tipped it in the free article. Basically what happens is we do premium tips on Tuesdays, and then a day later, I write the article, I do the podcast usually on Wednesday. Obviously, there's no footy this week till Friday, so I'm doing it a bit later. But the best part of it is all those really big odds winners or the really good value picks, usually we take it down in premium and then they crunch the odds, right? So I'm really happy that with Plath, it got all the way up till game day. We all got on, and obviously the Discord was going nuts. But it got better than that. We hit Plath at 81s. We hit Damien Cook the next night at 41s, first try scorer. And then we hit Little, first, second, or third at 17. So we hit 81, 41, 17s, all from the same podcast and article for the same round, all for free. I won't go through it, but the premium guys, I think we hit 9 tips between 17 to $81 odds. Like insane week, or maybe 12 to 81, sorry, but whatever. So I always say, guys, we have thousands of people in Discord. We have over 1,000 people every day on our site now when the rugby league is going on. We're not always going to, not everyone is going to be keen on premium, and it's not going to be for you. For most of you guys, we do everything for free, and we want you guys just to have fun and enjoy the community and our stuff. But if you do punt quite a bit, or if you do spend quite a bit of time on your punting, then definitely check out this article. It's at the bottom here. What is Wiki Premium? It explains it. And obviously, if you're keen, the link to sign up to Wiki Premium is right here on our link tree as well. So I'm going to get straight into a couple of questions on Instagram. Herbie anytime, and Dolphins win. Can't say no to that, guys. Really funny. I won't waste too much time on this, I promise. But I was listening to the Levels Network pod with Willie Mason, who I absolutely love, and Justin Horro, right? And literally like 10 minutes before I'm recording this, I'm listening to them. And they go, all right, we're going to preview the Dolphins game. And then we're going to go look at the Storm right side defense. They can see amount of tries. Oh, Herbie Farnworth looks good. We reckon the Dolphins might win. I'm like, holy shit. Like literally 2 hours before that, I wrote down in our left free right article, I wrote, on the left side for the Dolphins, Farnworth has been on fire at left center, played 5 games since his return from injury, breaking 33 tackles and scoring 2 tries in that time. And our graph, if you guys are watching the podcast on YouTube or Discord or watching it later, our graph literally shows Farnworth running at that right side of Melbourne. So that's the whole part of this article, guys. Maybe I won't talk through it for every single game, but definitely check it out. It was really cool to see the Levels Network guys breaking down the game, and they picked up the same thing that I did. And I think a lot of us are now leading Herbie Farnworth. So I'm probably going to, if you're into your multis, we do saving your multis before every game. We put them in only on our Discord. So obviously come join. So, all right, guys, I will get finally straight into the tips. So this article, guys, I just publish it straight after we finish recording, or I finish recording this pod. Let's get straight into it. Dolphins v Storm, Friday night, 8 p.m., guys. Obviously, 5 games only this weekend because of Origin next Wednesday. There's less NRL games. Dolphins are somehow still 6. I've got to mute people. Please, guys, if you join through Discord, mute yourselves. Oh, I think you have. All right, sweet. So, yeah, please do that. All right, cool. Let me get back into it. So, all right. Dolphins v Storm. I can't believe the Dolphins are 6-point outsiders. I reckon much closer again that it's a Dolphins home game. The Storm, they do get Pappenhausen back, but they're missing Grant. They're missing Coates. The Dolphins are missing Hammer, but they do get TPJ back. Tavita Pangai Jr. is back in the NRL, guys. And I got to say, I just don't understand how the Dolphins 6-point outsiders, they are basically like they're both in the top 4, really good quality teams. I just don't get it. Anyway, so all of our try scorer tips are all Dolphins players. So Jesse Bromwich, he's $81 on Top Sport, BetRight, and Sportsbet. He's almost 81. I think he was 76s a little while ago. Love him at big odds. I think he's obviously at the end of his career, not the same player he used to be, but at big odds with Marshall King as the hooker. He loves putting middle forwards through. And obviously, Max Plath literally was a Dolphins middle forward who scored the first try for us at 81s this time last week. So super keen on that Jesse Bromwich tip. Ewan Aitken, 34s, first and last try on Bet365. That first try, 34 price, is always is also on Top Sport. Jeremy Marshall King, Isaiah Katoa, and Cody Nigarima, all 3 of them, first, second, or third try, around $16, $17 each on 16 or 17, on Neds. I think that's a ridiculous price. It's kind of like seeing them at around that $50 mark, $48, $50 mark for first try. You would smash that any day of the week, especially going like Cody Nigarima, noted runner of the ball, and Marshall King loves a scoot from dummy half as well. And the last one, Joshie Kerr. So he scored 1 try this year and been very close to scoring a couple more. The odds aren't as high as I would like them, but first try the second half for the fire out. First try in the second half at 51s on TAB and PointsBet, my man Joshie Kerr. So, all right, guys. So it's a really weird weekend. So we've got 1 game on Friday, 1 on Sunday, and then 3 on Super Saturday. So Titans and Warriors, not a lot of picks for this. I broke this down in so many different ways, and I just couldn't land on any other prices that I really like, to be honest. One, those Tamari Martin, first and last try, separate bets as always, 29s on 365. A couple of people have been confused by the way I'm writing it, so I promise I'll try to remember writing it differently next time. But when I say FTS and LTS, I don't mean it's a multi. Nothing on this article, in this article, is a multi. So I mean first or last try, separate bets at 29s on 365 with Tamari Martin. I wrote about this in our left v right article, guys. Like, he has been playing the fucking lights out. Like, no one would have picked this a couple of months ago, but when Sean Johnson was out, he really took the put the team on his back. engaged, what was it? He activated the left side winger, Marcelo Montoya, who never scores tries, and Tamari Martin started putting him over as well. So anyways, Tamari Martin, TMM, 29s first and last, separate plays, 29s on 365. Nia Corey, right side back rower. Well, he should be right side from memory. First, second, or third try at 13s on Neds. That's a ridiculous price. Like, how they have him at that price against this Titans team is a joke. I don't have this in my try scorer picks, but man, I love David Fafita. I think David Fafita he's been left out of Origin. He's come back off like a week off because of injury. I know he doesn't have foreign on his side anymore, and that's frustrating and that sucks. But he's going to destroy some teams. And the Warriors, he's running at Sean Johnson as well, who's obviously towards the end of his career. What do I have? So yeah, you'll see if you read the article, guys, the Punters preview. I'm going to publish it as soon as I get off this potty in about 20 minutes or so. You will see that I put links through to stuff in the article. So the odds comparison tool, it's free. It's just this thing over here. For anyone who hasn't checked out Wiki stuff before, you can see the best price across 6 different bookies for every single game. You can pick the starters only, say for the Dolphins game. You can see what our model likes. Model loves Nicarima, for example, for this 41s on 365 for first try scorer. Market values when one bookie has a price for a player way higher than the others. So, for example, like Lemuelu, 34s on 365 is a pretty good one as well. So I'll close the odds comparison tool because that's been around for a couple of years now and you guys are all used to it. But as always, it's all on the link tree. Punters preview. I'll get to the next game here. I'll close this as well, guys. But if you haven't seen this already, so for example, for the upcoming game here, what is it? Roosters, Bulldogs. I won't talk through every single game, but like what I try to do is just go through like key ins and outs. So you see Wiki's breakdown at the top there. The Roosters are missing Angus Crichton, Watson, Collins, Leniu due to injury. Origin, and they do get Dom Young and Brandon Smith back. The Dogs are missing Stephen Crichton because of Origin and Preston Mann, who are injured. So that's what I kind of cover at the top usually. And at the bottom, I try to cover off like any key stats. So I mentioned that on the right edge, defensively, the Dogs are conceding 59% through their right edge and 49% for the Roosters through their right edge. So I kind of had a look at the left side attack for both teams. You got Kiri on the left for the Roosters. You've got Matt Burden on the left side for the Dog. And basically just, if there's anything that stands out from a punting or a fantasy or SuperCoach point of view, I put that in that left v right article. So I'll close that, but obviously same place as everything else. You can check that out for free. All right. I think we've got someone joining on Discord and not on mute again, which I'll try to figure out. But please, if you join on Discord, put yourselves on mute. Where are we? There we go. And I don't know how to put someone on mute. Oh, shit. There we go. Figured it out. All right. Awesome. Cool. Let me get back to it. So, Roosters v Bulldogs, guys. I'm just going to rattle off tips now. There's 3 games to go. Make it a quick one. And then a little bit of fantasy and SuperCoach chat real quick. And we're done. All right. Roosters v Bulldogs, guys. This should be an interesting game. The last time they played, it was in like torrential rain. Shit show of a game. I think the Roosters had like a send-off and a scene. I think this is the Dom Young send-off game, maybe. It was a super weird game. But this time around, Sammy Hughes at 67s to score the first try. He scored 2 tries already, including at least 1 first try. That's on Neds or BetRight, that price. Sam Walker, first or last, separate plays on 365, both at 29s. And Bailey Hayward, he's really impressed me with his running game in the last few weeks, getting that starting lock role. Similar to Maxi Platt, short, blonde, nuggety lock. FTS and LTS, separate plays, 51s, 365, and points bet. And first, second, or third try on Neds at 16s for Reed Marnie, who he's always up for these kind of games. He's like games against better teams. You can see Marnie like pissing off the opposition forward pack, but also hopefully scooting through for a try nice and early. Rabbitohs v Manly, guys. This is a really interesting game. Tons of outs. I usually cover that over here, but Manly missing Cherry Evans, Olukuatu, Jake Turbo because of injury, far out Origin, and Garrick and Paseka because of injury or HIA. Tips for this game, guys. Sipley, the Manly middle forward. I've looked at him since preseason. He looked fucking hungry, and he did score first in a game in preseason. I've wanted to tip him for so long. I just wasn't quite getting the price. With Manly being outsiders now, pretty, I'm going to say around 6-point outsiders. That's why we're getting that juicy price for him, but he's a really fucking strong ball runner. 67s first try on BetRight, 61s on PointsBet. Damien Cook has won us a tip at 51s for last try about a month ago, 41s for first try last weekend, and we're still getting 34s in a game that they're strong favourites in for first or last separate plays on 365, which I love. Luke Brooks, first and last separate plays, double and PointsBet at 34s. No DCE, no Garrick, obviously no Turbo, no experience, and he is going to get a lot of ball. Their hooker, halfback, and fullback that they regularly have are all not there. So Luke Brooks will get more touches, and he's got a good running game. First, second, or third try for Luke Brooks, as well as a tip, 13s on net. So we've doubled down on Lukey Brooks. Jairo, first, second, or third try, 13s on Neds. He stood out in terms of price. Our model loved it. He's not the most exciting ball runner, but I think he's on the left. I will double check. Yeah, so he's the left edge back rower, Jairo. He's potentially running at a side with Lawton, Waddell, Shop, and Saab. Defensively, that is a freaking nightmare. So that's why I love Jairo. 13s on Neds to score any of the first 3 tries. It's like saying 39s for first try scorer. Like, I would jump at that definitely this week. Last game, guys, Tigers v Raiders. Elliot Whitehead, first and last try, separate plays, 26s on 365. Honestly, at the start of this season, if you told me I'd be tipping Whitehead at 26s, I would have laughed at you. He's old. He seems duddy. The Raiders this year, But the Tigers last week were playing, honestly, a team full of kids. Since KO Weeks has come onto that right side for the Raiders in the last 4 to 5 games, he's really activated Elliot Whitehead. I think I remember 2 times just last round that Whitehead went super close from crush plays to scoring. So really, really like that Whitehead tip. Very different to my usual tips, but definitely noticed something in game. And for me, it's as much about the eye test as it is just about value and odds, etc. Morgan Smithies, again, I've watched him all season. Barely looks like breaking a tackle, but I do think he gives effort with the ball in hand. And again, the Tigers are a team who playing a lot of rookies, not doing so well. I get that it's a Tigers home game, but I don't know how the hell they won last week against the Titans. And I reckon the Raiders forward packing out muscle them. And Morgan Smithies at first and last separate plays on Dabble at 67s. And Tapine, we've got first, second, or third at 23s on Neds. And last at 51s on Neds. Love Tapine. Doesn't score as many tries as I wish he would, and I think he could in the future. But that first, second, or third at 23s on Neds for Tapine is insane, considering the team that he's running at. So that's it, guys, in terms of try score play. So I'll close the tips and I'll close the left v right. But what I try to do with this podcast is not just like me explaining absolutely everything. It's also me just giving you an insight into some of the stuff that we do. And obviously it is all for free. So as always, if you're just here for our tips and our punting stuff, you can head off, Google Wiki Linktree. I'll catch you on Discord. I'm on there pretty much all day, every day. The community is super active, especially when the games are on. Everyone's sharing multis and who do you reckon will win and all that kind of chat. And obviously it's Origin next Wednesday. I'll be doing a preview of left v right, potty, all that stuff for Origin as well. We'll go nuts for all that. We'll have an Origin odds comparison tool with player of the match odds comparison as well, which is awesome if you want to get on some roughies for player of the match for State of Origin. So anyways, guys, I'm just going to spend a couple of minutes very quickly going through my fantasy and SuperCoach teams. If you want some fantasy advice, do not listen to me. I've played fantasy for more than about 15 years now, but I just don't have the time to be fully active anymore. But on our Wiki Linktree, the first thing you'll see is the NRL Fantasy Watch. So that's Kyle Bedford and NRL Fantasy Scout or Young Sinatra from our Discord. They put that together. They spend a lot more time on fantasy than I have these days. And holy shit, I just realized that Kyle is 266th and Alessandro, which is NRL Fantasy Scout, he is around the 4,000 rank mark. Which is why I'm saying listen to them and not me. I am 24,833, and that is after having Garrick as my bloody captain because David Fafita was my actual captain and he didn't play. So shit show for me last week. I'll just show my team real quick. I've got more than enough players. It's just that they're all dog shit. I don't know what I'm going to do with my team. I don't know why I'm sharing my screen and showing you my team, because I have no idea what I'm going to do. I think what I'll end up doing is just figuring out, like, are there any guys from here that are going to be irrelevant in a week or two that probably aren't going to score that many points? I'm looking at my hookers, Brayley, Hands. Not super excited about either of them. I might piss off like a Jaden Brayley. I'll double check. Finny Fuyaki as well. I think he's missing 16 and 19. So they're probably two of the guys that I'll take out. I haven't done any trades, and I've got a few. So I think I'm just going to prepare myself for the next few rounds, guys. But I've been saying to you from the start, if you're playing NRL Fantasy, do not give up. Now's the time to keep pushing through. You'll know your real rank at about round 2021 when the origin period's over and you've shot through the ranks. On weeks like this, when everyone else kind of gives up, head-to-head players are going to be doing their teams and setting their captain. So this is the week to strike. I will say, though, I'm so keen to go all in on Dave Fafita. I'm just going to keep backing him in. Unless he looks injured or something, I'm just going to captain him every week because I love the guy. He can do anything he wants on a footy field. So 3 p.m. game at home on a Saturday as well. Hell yeah. SuperCoach ain't going much better. It is 30,000 rank. I dropped 7,000 ranks last week. The definition of dog shit. Again, I haven't made my trades here, but I think I've got more than enough players once again. And I think here it's like pick your best. Oh, man. Got to mute whoever has just joined. If you know that you're not on mute, please mute yourself, guys. Where are we? Mute. Thank you. All right, cool. Anyways, with my SuperCoach team, guys, same thing. Honestly, I'll say that I am not doing so well, and I probably don't have that much advice either. All I would say is try to get your numbers up for the buys in the next few weeks. I do a podcast with Aman Talks NRL SuperCoach every couple of weeks. We're doing the next one next Thursday, so we usually do it on alternate weeks. But Aman, SC Playbook. Who else do I listen to? I feel like I'm forgetting one. Oh, and Insight, guys. Insight Fantasy Sports. Those three are awesome. Really good content, really consistent. I unfortunately just don't do it as consistently. Always happy for you guys to jump onto our Discord and jump into the chat for both SuperCoach and Fantasy. But just one last shout out, Fantasy Watch article, round 16. Obviously, we have that. And it's honestly super helpful. I'll be sitting here at 10 minutes before the 10 minutes before the first game of the week sometimes, looking at this article thinking, bang. And I've gotten Tyron Wishart, KO Weeks, and I think one other pick purely because I quickly read the article last minute. So I think that's it, guys. Short and sharp. Obviously, only 5 games this week. It's all about State of Origin. This weekend of NRL, obviously for us, we've been on an incredible run from Magic Rounds. What is that, 11 to 15? The last 5 rounds, we've hit some crazy winners on the free article and even more in premium. Again, for most of you who just punt for fun, don't worry about premium. We have 4,500 people on Discord, 1,000 people on our site every day. It is all free. More than happy for you guys to obviously have fun, and I'm there for that as well. Wiki Premium, though, as I said, we hit up try-scorer tips on a Tuesday when the markets come out, an hour before every single game for late changes. That's how we hit most of our value. And I've been doing these, or I've been betting on try-scorers myself for more than a decade now. So some of it is my insights and my expertise, but a lot of it is just getting in as a community, picking off clear try-scorer value. It was honestly pretty hard. 7 or 8 weeks into the season, we were at minus 25%. And people are in this community thinking, wait, Wiki Premium, we made a ton of money, plus 25% last year across 3,000 tips. This would be a great way to make money. And then at minus 25%. Anyways, we've clawed it all back and we're at plus 4%. And I know plus 4% sounds kind of boring. Okay, you're making a little bit of money. We've still got almost half a season to go. Super, super excited about where that number can end up at. I think plus 25 again, with the way the odds are these days, we've killed try-score odds with how good we were and how viral we went on TikTok and all that kind of stuff last year. I reckon plus 10 or 20 is a really nice number that I'd be happy with somewhere in there by the end of the season. But as I said, most of our stuff's free. You can follow it across there. But if you are keen on premium and smashing value with us, obviously check out the Wiki Premium related content on our Google Wiki link tree. I'm done, guys. I will catch you in our Discord. We'll have our multi, and the rest of our content will roll out later tonight and tomorrow. And it's all in early next week for State of Origin content. Can't wait for game 2. Really keen, actually, if you want to jump in. I'm really keen to see what you guys think will happen in game 2. I'm a big, if Trell plays, I reckon the Blues will win. Unless it's a crazy injury or HIA, etc. I thought if Trell plays game 2, the Blues will win. So I'm wearing red, but I'm like, I live in New South Wales. I used to be a big Blues fan, but now I just care about my try scorer picks. But I'll be all on the Trell Express in game 2. It's going to be exciting. Anyways, guys, I'm going to kill this pod now. Enjoy it. I will catch you on Discord, and good luck for the weekend of footy. Punt responsibly, as always, and we'll catch you on the Discord soon. Thanks, guys.